What's up, Shredder? I'm just trying to clean up today. Go through, sort, organize, box, separate stuff. Because honestly, I'm tired of searching for everything every time I gotta do stuff. You know what I mean? Time to clean up. You still dealing with the medical stuff? Stuff that shouldn't be out here in the cold, like paint materials, all that kinds of fun stuff. Really need to put my wiring stuff together, paint stuff together, you know, all that happy garbage. Off manifolds. I think what I'm going to do is sit here and get some boxes together. Get an engine box together. Get an electrical box together. A swap part. You know, all that stuff. Is this surgery on your ankle? Is that what you're having surgery on? You take these ECUs and measure them out. I mean, there's just really entirely too much stuff crammed over here in this corner. And how long has it been like that? I mean, it's been a minute now, right? About a month. So, do they have to re-break anything and reset it? How are they going to do that? I mean, yikes. We got It was dislocated, and then dislocated fixed itself. Went yesterday for x-rays, and it's dislocated and snapped in two. Wow. So were you doing things you weren't supposed to be doing, like walking on it, jumping jacks, hopping, demolition derby? Like, how did it re-dislocate itself? That's my question. Sound deadener over there. Power steering stuff. It's like transmission cooler lines, walking, racing, yeah. You know, there we go. So, if you're doing surgery, that means they're going to reset it, but are they going to pin it, plate it, everything else? They got to do something to secure it because obviously what they were doing before is not working, right? I need to kind of label this stuff. I know what's in a box. I ain't got to open it. I can just look at it and go, hey, that's what's in there. Right? What's up, cars? Hey, congratulations on getting that Land Rover engine back together, man. I've done them before. That's a feat, man. That's a hard engine to work on. Actually, just got off the phone with United Kingdom talking to Genvi. No, lessons learned from the injuries, don't care. I'm still racing. I mean, real good job, man. Um, so what do we got going on out there in California today? Yeah, you still got a lot more to go. You got 10 more cars to get done? That don't surprise me if that's what you mean. Uh, how's the gathering of the parts coming for the station wagon? Oh, well, you ought to be a professional by the time you're done with it. Gee, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say, man. I am so unorganized in here, it's not even funny. You know, I was watching Jeremy last night, kind of going through a bunch of his old videos, just Been real busy lately and haven't been able to really catch up with what he's been doing. And he made, he's working on that 63. He made a box to go under the AC unit and the dash for the air ride controls. And I tell you what, I like it. And I'm going to steal that idea. Like, that's a really good idea. I found a full front end, the guy in his city, but I hope he still has them. Okay, so, one, there's two things I wanted to tell you. I got a buddy out here that's got a ton of 57 Chevy stuff. Did you see the clean out that was done in Rockford or Rockport, Illinois? Big, huge horde of it took them like a month to clean this place out. They got semi trucks full of stuff. That's a buddy of mine that ended up doing that. Also, in the San Diego area, I have another friend of mine that may have a lot of parts and stuff that you need. So if you're looking for some very specific things, let me know. I probably know where to find them, either in your general neck of the woods or out here and get them where they can probably be shipped at a decent. Front clips should be. Actually, I know of a few front clips, but the problem is the front clips come from my neck of the woods. Unless you pick them up if you're out this way. Oh, he's got the whole front clip for $950, and that sounds like a good idea. It sounds like a good deal. Yeah, I kind of gathered that, Matthew. That's a really good deal. Like you can pay $950 for a fender for that car. Uh, yeah, but it doesn't 4 hours, man. That's a heck of a drive. I mean, that's a good deal for the drive. I had to do the roof. Um, so when Daryl did the roof on this car, I had to get all the parts and everything else. I had to gather all the parts for the car. I had to drive from Cleveland, Ohio, all the way to Fort Madison, Iowa, to pick up a roof section. That's 650 miles. But when deals jump up, you got to go and get them. And not only that, to find a roof for this car, the section that I had to get, it's impossible without buying a whole nother car. So the fact that I was able to find one that was cut off on a car that's hard to find parts for to begin with, yeah, we're gone. Yeah, right. Got to put the drive in, man. I've I've driven to Augusta, Georgia for stuff before just because I was able to, if I have nothing to do and like the Augusta, Georgia trip, I had nothing going on. Guy wanted some stuff. Delivery charges were outrageous. I was able to deliver the parts to him for the cost of fuel, a hotel room, and put some money in my pocket. As long as I am profiting, I will. I don't care how far I got to drive. As long as at the end of the day I still made money, it doesn't matter. I'm the kind of guy that, if I end the day making 25 more cents than I started the day out with after all my expenses, it's still considered a win to me. I still made money. Yeah, see, you guys got all the nice car parts out there, though. Do you know, I can't remember if he's in Sacramento or San Diego. This guy. Um, I get the two mixed up. Right. The haunt and recovery means more than the money. I miss. We were getting a discussion not too long ago on this. Um, I'm turning 40. I'm turning 47 this week. So I consider myself the last generation to actually do the junkyard crawl. Um, at least in this area, there's no junkyards left. There's no junkyards with classic car stuff left or old. It's all late model junkyards. Everything's been crushed. And not only that, a lot of the younger kids, they don't want to get out here and build this stuff no more. They want to pay somebody to get it done. They don't want to put the work in. Um, I believe, you know, if you put the work in, you build the car, you're going to appreciate it more. Yeah, I did send this one out and have work done to it, but I know my limitations on my skills. And this is a car that I'm not willing to learn on. So, yeah, I'll send it out. So, yeah, we are the last generation to do the junkyard crawl, to crawl through the yards, to get the cars, to get the parts and everything else, to put them back together, to get the cars back on the road. That's, I really think we are the last generation to do that. Yeah, Daryl did a beautiful job on it. I will say that. No. No, no. So here's the story on this car, and I don't know if you've ever caught on it, Matthew. I don't know if you ever caught it either. But when I was 15 years old, my cousin had one of these, and I wanted it so bad. And he sold it, and his his father wouldn't let me buy it because it needed a bunch of floor work. Uh, so I wasn't able to get it. And honestly, at that point in time, I thought to myself, "Oh, I can do it. I can fix the floors. That ain't no big deal." I put the floors in this car. I put the floors in from the back of the bumper all the way up to the firewall. Cut everything out, floor braces, you name it. I did it all. Restored the frame, the suspension, everything mechanical on this body. I did, except for the exterior and the paint job and whatever Daryl did. If I'd have done that at the age of 15 or 16, yeah, that car would have never hit the road again. They'd have been junk. It'd have been ruined. So, I've been obsessed with this car. This, and it's not the Impala or anything like, yeah, I like the Impalas. It's the Bel Air, the Biscayne, the two-door sedan. I have been obsessed with that body style since I was 15 years old. I have tried to buy this car probably 15 or 16 times over. Multiple different ones. Every time I went to buy one, the deal fell through. And it always fell through at the last minute. Something happened on their end, something happened on my end, whatever it was, just things didn't work out. This car, when I got this car, I had a 51 Ford that I chopped the roof on it 4.5 inches. Had it welded in, roughed in, just ready to start the body work on it. And this car it was from Nebraska. I think it was from Nebraska. But anyway, so this guy, I put it on the line. And at that time, we did my mom's Mustang. We did my brother's 240Z. We did my dad's 38 Buick Coupe. We knocked these cars out one after another. So when it came to the Ford, I got tired. I got burned out. Yeah, right. Someone buys it 15 minutes before. So I got tired. I got burned out, which that's another story. So I got tired. I got burned out. Car sat for 15 years, half done. Every time I tried to bring it out and work on it, I don't know, I just couldn't motivate myself. The car that burns you out, you'll probably never touch. And it burned me out so bad that I went a very long time without doing anything with classics or just builds or anything. I was just fix, maintain, repair. Kids were young at the point in time, so honestly, I didn't have the money or the time anyway to be doing it with the young family anyway. So anyway, this car comes along. I put the 51 up for sale, and it was on. It was for sale for like 2 years. And this guy says, "Hey, you want to trade this car for it?" I'm like, "Oh heck yeah, I do." He comes up, looks at the car. He says, "Okay." I go down, I look at this, strike a deal up, straight trade right across the board. I go to load the 51 Ford up, and as we're loaded up onto the trailer, we're on a tip back trailer. As we're getting ready to load it up on the trailer, the the winch cable broke, and the car rolled right off the trailer, right down the driveway, right into the corner of the block concrete wall, sunk the trunk in like 2 feet. It was more like a foot, okay? Called the guy up and he says, "Nope, too much work." I'm like, "Yeah, well, that don't surprise me. Car's gone." 2 weeks later, he calls me up. He says, "Hey, you still got that Ford?" And I said, "Sure do." He said, "Give this guy a call," which was down around um, Palestine, Ohio, which is where they had that big train derailment. He says, "Give this guy a call. He's got a Chevelle." He says, "Go trade him your car for the Chevelle. Bring me the Chevelle down here. You can take the 63 home." Deal. That's how I got this car. Long story, but yes. So, buying the car 15 minutes before you do. Back when I was in high school and just getting out of high school, you used to be able to tell a guy, "I'll be back in an hour with the money." And cool. You were back. You honored your word. Hand shook is all it took. The guy took you for your word. You can't buy crap anymore unless you got the cash on hand right now. You show up with it. You show up at a guy's house, you find on Marketplace, and you're like, "Yeah, I want it." You go to the bank's 5 minutes up the road. You come back, that car will probably be gone, or whatever you guys were buying, or whatever you were buying, it's probably going to be gone because, no, he's not going to honor your word. He's not going to honor his word. He's not going to honor the agreement. He's going to jump on that first dollar. You know, the kind of people that would rather take the dime today than wait a year and get the dollar. You know? Can't stand that. You know? You look at my Marketplace reviews and everything else, I got straight 5 stars all the way across because I do what I tell you I'm going to do. If I'm going to buy it, I buy it. If I'm going to hold it, I'm going to hold it. If I'm going to sell it, I'm going to be honest about it, and I'm not going to misrepresent it. It is what it is, and you can take my word to the bank, and it will be what I said. I've got too good of a name doing this, throwing it over a measly $100. Heck, any kind of money, to be honest with you. Anyway, my rant. Looking for a certain piece of trim that I can't find. I've got more transmission dipsticks and engine dipsticks, and you can shake a stick at. I run across them, I forget I got them, and I go, oh yeah, that's a pretty good deal, let me buy it, I need that. One thing I will say, show you an example. I don't care what you're building. Factory dipstick, just a pretty gun. Alright. Pull it out. Shove it back in. Goes all the way down in and doesn't really fight you. These braided dipsticks, these are garbage. Everything always hits down here at the bottom. You gotta sit there, fight with it, bend it, whatever you gotta do to get it down in there. It doesn't just slide in. I could take that dipstick, pull it out, shove it back down in there, and you're good to go. That one's gonna hit every single time. I hate them. But sometimes in factory ones, they look kind of ugly unless you can find a good one. I don't want to have the engine of this car. Last thing you want to do when you look at that is see a yellow dipstick handle sticking up out of the engine bay. I'm sorry. I can't do that. Summit Racing's got these, actually this is a Summit Racing brand one. LS3, F-body oil pan. Correct one for an F-body oil pan. You ain't got to trim it. None of that other garbage. Summit part number, right there. SUM 122240. See what I mean? I got another one right there. I don't know why I keep buying them. Even though, I mean, this is the low car one. This one ain't too bad. This is the transmission one. This one I'll probably end up running anyway. That's the oil pan one. These are the ones that are a pain in the butt. Plus, low car comes with a handy dandy little, you can kind of see it in there, fill tube. So you don't spill everything all over your brackets and your engine. And I'm sure I got another one of them laying around here somewhere else. Remote mount these. Anyone needs a set of LS plug wires, I got a set I'll send to you. Yeah, right, where dipsticks matter. And I'm not the dipstick. B-band header collectors, More adapters that I forgot I had. I highly suggest making a list for the parts that you buy for a car. So you ain't got 6 of everything laying around. Of course, most people don't buy parts like I do. Alright. I buy parts off. Say, you know what? I have in my bio on my page, I have an email address. Shoot me an email with what you want, and I'll help you find it. I'm sure I know where it's at right now. Here's the thing. I buy parts when I run across them, because a lot of my engine parts and stuff like that I will buy at Summit on the discount rack. A lot of people will buy all their parts for the engine at one time or as they're on it. They don't just start buying parts for a car where they just got parts here, there, and they're just collecting them. They usually have a list and an order. Not me. $138. I got it for 40 bucks. Why wouldn't I grab it? At the time I bought it, I needed it, and I still do. Just like my power steering setup. And this is how you build a car on the cheap, on a budget, and still get high quality parts. My power steering setup, I'm switching over to a 600 Borgenson box, which goes from like a 12 or a 14.7 to 1 steering ratio to a 12.7 to 1 steering ratio. It's a $900 steering box conversion. I got it for 200 bucks. Missing one bracket that I can get on the internet for 60 bucks. Okay, so cars, when you get ready for the 57 pans, if you need them, let me know, because I actually have a way I can connect you with the aftermarket replacements and everything else through a company. I can probably get you a pretty good discount. I can just provide you with the information and you can go ahead and order them and stuff like that. Just send me an email with what you want, or if you need anything and you want me to look up the price, I'll do it. I'll shoot you a message back. And if you want to go ahead and buy it, I'll give you the information on how you got to order it. You ain't got to go through me. You can order it yourself. I don't need to make money off of it. I just need to help somebody out, get a car back on the road. That's how I work it. E conversion for a transmission for a 4L60 to a 4L80. Probably never use that, seeing how I'm not running factory harness no more. Looking for that engraver for a minute. Last time I used that was when I did that custom intake for Daryl. Oh, you ain't gonna mess with a 350 diesel Cutlass, are you? Boy, you are asking for trouble. You're gonna get that car together, you're gonna put it together, you're gonna get the engine running, you're gonna drive it 30 miles down the road and blow a head gasket. Ah, okay, LBZ swap. Okay, that's not bad. I know guys that do that. Now, that being said, I had an 82 Monte Carlo CL with a factory diesel. It had a diesel Monte Carlo. Kind of wish I had it still. That was an oddball one, and the other oddball one I had is I had an 80 Malibu, two-door Malibu, 265 V8 with the factory four-speed in it, and they've made less than 600 total four-speed cars from like 78 to whatever year they stopped making the Malibu body. I was a kid, I didn't know what I had. Now, one guy I do know that has one of those classic car revivals. He's got a factory four-gear Malibu. It's the only one I've ever seen in my life. David over there. Heat shields, 3 packs of them. Don't ask me how I ended up with 3 packs. Ooh. I remember this. What we got in here? Battery terminal ends. Actually not a bad set of terminal ends. Forget where I picked these up at. Decent looking set of ends. Dimple die press. That'll be a tool we gotta put up, an electrical. Here we go. Here's another Summit find. I got a knife on me. Hold on a sec. This was a score. Everything else is in the box. Low car for the 63. Only thing I gotta do is I gotta supply the, and this one's a little bit different than most of them. Most of them got the little button you gotta press down. This one's different. This one, it's kind of hard to see it, but if you look in the bottom, right about there, it's gated. So instead of pressing the button down and then pulling back, this one you smack it sideways and then pull it back. So it actually mimics the 4-gear and stuff like that, and the handle that you put on it is actually like a 4-gear handle. What's up, Chris? Yeah, and I'll probably never unlock that one. Yeah, see, it'll shift sideways. And then you pull it through. Obviously easier to do than mounting it down. I am not doing anything. You're right, Chris. Absolutely nothing. I'm trying to clean up because my shop's a mess. Well, maybe the shop's not a mess, but all the stuff for the car is just kind of scattered everywhere. Oh, you've been good at yanking on it. Hi.
Don't forget that paper on the counter.
Yeah.
Mom put it in a baggie because she said you would probably throw it in the back of your truck.
More than likely.
All right, I'll be back.
Man.
There's a heavy duty box over here by the wood stove if you want it.
Yeah.
Sitting on that stool. It's just an extra box.
Hi. Wire wrap, wire loom. Nice little box of tie down. Oh, hey, I've been looking for that. Give you a little hint on the LS motors, guys. They have the little crossover steam pipes. Never block them off. Why people do that is beyond me. They're there for a reason. There's steam vents, there's steam crossovers. It tells you everything you need to know about it. It's got the S word in it with gas. Why did I blow my head gasket? I can tell you why you blew your head gasket. Anyway, put the crossover in the back, head to head, that's fine. Take the factory one, clean it up, because well, it ain't all that pretty. Clean it up, you bolt it down to the head. You take this little line right here, run it over to the back of your water pump, tap it, put like an 1/8 inch NPT barb fitting in it, put your hose to it. Now you don't have a hose that runs across your fans that you got to tie around your hoses and everything else to run to your radiator. You can dump it right into the water pump and it just recycles itself, and you have a hidden vent line. That I got to clean up and paint. I was kind of hoping I'd find that. Gotta have the right hose, exactly. Oh, let's see. Well, anybody need extensions? Multi-Tech 2 GM extensions. If you need them, get a hold of me. I'll send them out to you. Not running Multi-Tech. Doesn't matter. This knock sensor extension wire, that's what that is. I'm gonna need that. Plug extensions or coil extensions. Definitely gonna need that. See how I'm hiding my coils. Why don't we do this? Why don't we just get them plugged in so we don't lose pieces of them? I'm gonna mount my coils up in a hiding spot under on the back side of the firewall, so I can run the plug wires. I got like 100 feet of plug wire. Down the bottom of the lip of the firewall, up the back of the engine. You'll never see the plug wires except for when they sneak out to the plugs. That's the only time you'll ever see my plug wires. More loom wrap. More loom wrap. I'll cover gasket. Alright, we got it all emptied up. I still got more boxes to do. I do got to get these put in though. That's next because I'm starting to get the wiring hooked up because I'm running down. I'm getting close to the deadline on when I want to fire the engine. Chris, it's on the way. Do you want it to be able to cash it, or do you just want a blank check that says Summit on it? Do you need it signed? I forgot how to write. Header bolts. I got more bolts that I don't even know what to do with anymore. Alright. Start mapping some of this out. I got boxes in the truck with stuff in it, man. Boxes out here. Oh, I did score this though. This kind of made my day. This one needs a little bit of cleaning up on. That one's perfect. That is a hard emblem to find. I was real happy when I located those. Real happy. What's up, Daryl? Yeah, that is a hard emblem to find. Yeah, don't ask Christian about sleep because we all know he don't sleep. I think he's permanently moved out into his garage. Wintertime. Daryl, I gotta come down to the shop. I think I left a lot more stuff down there than I realized. Problem is every Saturday I've been too busy. Really need to get back down there. Alright. This is the box of stuff I'm gonna take home. It's not gonna be for a little bit. Did you find my foot in the shop? Oh man. Still haven't learned. You still haven't heard from the insurance company? I'd be calling them up. You're probably waiting for the lady that doesn't have insurance to pay them first. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Cars, I didn't know you had a house burned down. Yeah, I can't believe they haven't gotten. Yeah, but unfortunately, we live in a society that where if you don't have insurance, it's okay. You won't get in trouble over it. Okay. All right. Well, sorry to hear that. So, yeah, I believe that insurance should be handled, sorry, lack of insurance should be handled like a criminal case. If you don't have insurance and you cause damage to somebody's property, then you should serve time over it. I mean, If you're irresponsible and get in a car wreck and cause enough damage to a person that they get severely hurt, you can do time over that. If anything that revolves around an irresponsible decision, drinking and driving, um, stuff like that, you do time. Well, not having insurance is an irresponsible decision that cost people their property. It's no different than stealing as far as I'm concerned. You took that property from them because of your actions. You should serve some kind of time. My personal thoughts. Her second offense, right. And it's not the fact that it's it's her second offense and it's a DUI that involved alcohol and drugs. And unfortunately, the way it is anymore, because the way it's, oh, you got a substance abuse issue. We're going to just send you to rehab and we're going to try to get you fixed. You can't fix somebody that doesn't want to fix themselves. Take it easy. Yeah, well, okay, yeah. So you can send somebody to rehab and everything else all you want. If they don't want to solve the problem, you can't force them to it. Yeah, now they get. So, hold on. The group of kids were high and drunk and hit a guardrail. Did they steal the truck? That's my question. Because if they stole the truck and wrecked it, then that person really got screwed over. Really got screwed over. Oh, so it was her own kids. Okay. Yeah, well, unfortunately, she could have had all the insurance in the world, but you can have a policy, but if they're only going to cover $50,000 in property damage, they're only going to cover $50,000 in property damage. You're responsible for the rest. We had a relative of ours got in an accident and really hurt the guy. Pulled out in front of, stalled at a stop sign, started up, pulled out in front of a motorcycle. Motorcycle went down, hit the car, they went under the car. So they were insured for X amount of dollars. Bills came to $300,000-$400,000, let's say, medical bills. The insurance paid up to that amount, and then everything reverted back to my cousin owing this guy his hospital bills. And he eventually paid him off, but from that day on, you best believe he carries a insurance policy that covers a higher liability rate or a personal injury rate and property rate. All right, man, take it easy. Well, listen, it's been just about an hour. Cliff, thanks for hanging out, man. I'm actually going to get going here. Hard to pick up when I'm talking and yapping. So, like I said, send me an email with what you need for the 57. I'll help you locate them parts. Um, I'll shoot you back a couple of phone numbers for some guys that are out in the California area that will most likely have what you need. Gary, what's going on? Hope we can get that car on the road, man. Them wagons are cool. They are cool. Actually, I almost bought a 55 Nomad wagon one time. Matter of fact, I know where there's a couple of complete wagons sitting right now. It may have a lot of parts. It may get parted out. Hey, I would drive out to Lake Havasu for those $9.50 for a front end. Dude, you're dumb if you don't run out and grab it. You're not gonna. Yeah, actually, it wasn't a Nomad. It was a 55 210. Yeah, it was a 55 210 Handyman Special, or Handyman or something like that. It was a two-door wagon. 55 two-door wagon's got an extremely rare set of trim on it. It's 55 Nomad only. Which that was 30 years ago. But yeah, like I said, you'd be dumb not to go get it. You would. That's shocking. I've seen the hoods go for $1,000 for a decent hood. I've seen the fenders go for $1,000 for a nice fender. 57 parts are. They can get spendy. You got seat frames. I know there's a bunch of seat frames sitting right now. Good seat frames. Get them for next to nothing. Whatever the shipping would be, probably be your most expensive part of the deal. Okay. Good. Daryl did that 56. That was a nice car. That red and white one. That was a really nice car he did. I seen that one in person. That car was sharp. Do you decide the colors you're going to paint it yet? I'd say laurel green and white. That would be kind of cool and different. Of course, I've been kind of hung on the laurel green color for a little while now. Hey, you know what? I was at Summit the other night, and sitting in there was a brand new automatic steering column from I Did It Chrome for a 57 Chevy. And they wanted they wanted $200 for it or something like that. It was a nice column. Orange and white. Yellow and white's really cool on those too. All right, guys. I'm gonna get Gary. Thanks for dropping in, man. See you guys later. I think when I get ready to start working on the car, I'll get back on it and pull something back up. Till then, gentlemen, have a wonderful weekend.